Welcome back. The Black Card is an initiative started by our guest, Mandinara's elders, in an effort to raise awareness and understanding of the Aboriginal culture. Now we're picking it up again with Mandinara, and this is very interesting. I have been dying to ask this question. You've obviously very passionate about this initiative, and your father, Tiger Bales, is also a strong advocate for Indigenous issues. Do you get your drive from your father?
It's got to come from somewhere.
I'm really excited about this question.
My mother was a redhead.
Yeah.
And a very feisty woman too. So I get the drive from my dad. I get the drive from my mother. I get the drive from my grandmothers. I get the drive from my Auntie Lilla, who's been around since my grandmother passed. They all give me the drive. They have all been such big influences to my life and have motivated me to be a part of their Black Card, because it is theirs. They gave me the front seat to drive it and to get it out there, and I know they're very proud of me. But my ancestors, my people that have fallen, down and never been able to get back up again, through the struggle, they've driven me to keep on going and to keep, our culture going.
Yeah. Now tell me, what was it like growing up with your father, Tiger Bales? Because he's, as I mentioned before, he's a very passionate man, very strong advocate for these issues. Just tell me, what was it like to grow up with him?
It was good. It was crazy.
Crazy.
Eight sisters, no brothers to balance it out for my dad. But he definitely let us know at a very young age who we were, and we had lots of cameras in our home, all the time interviewing my dad and coming in to see what it was like.
Oh, wow.
So we knew that our dad was somebody. We knew that we were different to other cousins and families. And other white kids too. They didn't have cameras coming in their home. So we knew, and my dad was on radio a lot, with Radio Redfern, and my grandmother started that. So we knew my dad was somebody, and it was a good feeling, because even today when people say, "Oh, you're a Bales," and I'm like, "Yeah." "Are you Tiger's daughter?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yes, I am.
Wow.
So cool.
It's been really good, and there's been a little bad. Some people are haters and don't like my dad, and so be it. And a lot of people do, and I think that he's been a very big player, especially in my family, and community, with educating mainstream Australia about who we are as Aboriginal people.
Now, do you have any particular plans for you and your family in the future?
I've got big plans.
That's what we like to hear.
Big plans.
Yeah, I've been studying natural medicine for 6 years. So focusing on nutrition. I'm a huge fan of having healthy Aboriginal kids. We've got shocking statistics when it comes to health. And, I was hoping one day I might go to med school and be a doctor. So the Black Card kind of took my focus off from, where I was 6 months ago with my passion with health. But I'll always keep on, whether I'm at the Black Card or whether I keep doing my health and nutrition and keep combining them together, I'll always, be passionate about my culture and just sharing our beautiful culture with the rest of the world, not just Australia. I think people from other parts of the country, they come here and they don't get to really experience our culture. So, we want to get them involved and teach them who we are before they come here.
So then that leads to what's on the horizon for the Black Card?
Yes, the Black Card. Well, we're delivering, Black Card courses now as we speak to the public. And we're taking the Black Card to Sydney, so we're now going into state at the end of this month. And we're building, different kind of executive courses for boards, Aboriginal boards, non-Aboriginal boards, to show them that if we were able to run this country for 60,000 years, and probably a whole lot longer, without armies, without police, without prisons, we had a stable society. We must have done a lot of things right. And I think we've got a lot to teach people in terms of running their organisations, getting along with each other and having relationships.
So speaking of teaching these courses, how often are they conducted?
We conduct them every month, and we also do them, for organisations, government departments, universities. So from then on, we're going to go into schools. We're going to start hopefully getting a few main sessions into the education system, into the curriculum, and teach true Australian history, or true Aboriginal history, which is missing.
Ultimately, what kind of impact do you see the black card having on the whole society?
Well, Australians don't even realise that they've been affected by colonialism just as much as Aboriginal people.
Right.
They have been told a whole lot of, rubbish, which has then made them think the way they're thinking and made them treat people the way they treat people, and they probably would not have done that, if, these stereotypes or myths weren't around. So
right,
I think if we can teach every human being that lives in this country, who we are as Aboriginal people, and not from a white perspective, it can only make people's, relationships in general stronger.
Right.
So we want to strengthen people's relationships. We want everybody to appreciate, the culture and the history of the country, because we all call this place home. So we're all kind of obligated to know about the country we live in and share that with everybody.
And the rest of the world, wherever you travel, they celebrate their Indigenous cultures.
They do.
No matter where you go.
They
and
do.
Tourists want to come and see the different cultures in different places. So,
and they don't get a real, beautiful experience. It's like they ask some people questions. It's like, oh, them. They get a negative, a lot of tourists and a lot of foreigners get a negative reaction or negative opinions from Australians. And most of my friends that are from overseas cannot believe how obvious racism in Australia is. It's so obvious, it's so out there. In America, they hide behind those white sheets. They're not out in the street promoting, their racist attitudes. Here, it is very, very, very. It's just in your face, and it's sad that people have those perceptions about, We've just been,
we could do a whole show on that. I wish we had the time to do a whole other show on that. But look, if you'd like more information about the Black Card courses, head to www.theblackcard.com.au. Thank you so much, Mandanara, for coming on the show and sharing your story with us.
That's a pleasure.
Can't wait to learn more.
In the meantime, go to the Her Untold Story Facebook page to learn more about this week's topic. Get a behind-the-scenes look and share your untold story with us. Until next time, see you then.
Many roads have traveled, many doors have closed behind. But in my dreams I walk in courage to face the world. You've gotta have